Hey, hello. Welcome back. I was about to say playback. That's the wrong show. But welcome back to the Excuse Me Brother podcast. I was so close. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so close.
It's all good.
What happens when I watch too much shit on YouTube?
I mean, it happens to all of us. We all get mixed up with different shows and podcasts we listen to.
Yeah, that's true. But welcome back. It's Brother Tay, or Brother T, as other people call me, and
Producer J.
Producer J. As Brother J is still his sabbatical.
Sabbatical. It's a big word.
I know. He's not here, so I gotta use vocabulary words. This is why I keep him around.
You know, it's funny, like, people always get on me about that, my vocabulary. Because, like, when I'm talking normal, I don't really use big words, but I feel like sometimes I throw in a big word in there and it throws people off. Like, I have a thing with my brother where he'll keep track of words that are, like, big words. And he has a whole list of them. And I'm just like, that's not a word that you use every day?
Does he have, like, a calendar where it's like, the word of the day is this?
Oh, man. If he did that, I would friggin' have to punch him.
I guess he doesn't. Jesus.
No, he doesn't. No, it's just funny that he keeps track of my big word usage, and it still boggles my mind that some words that, like, for example, like you just said, sabbatical. That's a word that I would use in a regular sentence, but I don't know. For some people, they don't.
I guarantee you, some people won't understand it, and I'm fine. They can look it up.
Yeah.
They got contact clues. Like, I'm pretty sure they can figure out
like,
what
it means. You know what the word abeyance means?
Abeyance?
Abeyance.
Use it in a sentence.
So, let's say I'll just speak it because that's where I heard it in wrestling. The title was held in abeyance.
Oh no, I don't know.
So it's like it's being held, like, kind of like it's being put on hold, like.
Okay, so my brain thought when you said that, my brain went hold or vacant.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it means.
Okay, I didn't want to. Part of my brain's like it probably means vacant or just not there.
Yeah, it's being held in abeyance.
It's like, but do you really want to sound stupid? No, like, absolutely.
No, you got it. You should have went with your gut.
That's how most things work for me.
So how you been, Tay?
Very good. No complaints. Living life.
Not
living life. Laughing at, looking at, paying attention, because, you know, my sports stuff is around the corner right now. It's going fall.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, my football, I did a fantasy football league. I'm ready to win again. I got some basketball news. You know, I'm staying focused on my two favorite leagues right now.
I wish I was into sports. I don't know. I just can't.
Honestly, do you want to? So I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't know. The reason I like sports, like men or women, more women. I like women's sports more than men's sports.
Really?
Yeah, mostly because so the people who taught me like basketball and all the other sports except American football were all women.
Okay.
So my basketball coaches were women. My baseball coach was a woman, and my track and field coach was a woman before I got guy coaches.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
So I appreciate all sports, but it kind of just helps me pass the time.
I mean, so like you watch, well, I guess is volleyball an exclusively women's sport or no?
No, volleyball is a man and women's sport. It's just more. I guess it's more popular as a women's sport than a man's sport. I guess. Especially like beach volleyball, but that's for obvious reasons.
Right.
But I'm not going to.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, we could go there, but I mean, everybody can use their imagination.
Yeah, but no. Volleyball is more a popular sport in Europe, like Germany and places like that.
Oh, okay.
But American athletes who play volleyball like through college, like high school and college, they do go overseas to get contracts over there.
Oh.
Same thing for American soccer or football players. Football.
So you'd watch female soccer or football?
Yes, I would watch. I watched American. I always thought the women's soccer team was really good before they started winning all those World Cups.
Right.
So I always thought they were good. The women's basketball team always dominates. That's nothing new. And every time we watch the Olympics, that's the gold medal I count without really thinking about it. I'm like, all right, one gold medal to women's basketball. Next.
You got this.
I was like, I don't gotta worry about that one. Like everything else is kind of up in the air, but when it comes to women's basketball, I'm like, that is an easy check. Most women aren't even over 6'6" on the other teams.
Damn. You know what? That's a good point. And especially for sports that do put more emphasis on like build quality, like we're gonna dominate in those aspects.
Yeah. Basketball is the American sport, honestly. Other countries are starting to get it, but like basketball, they say baseball's America's pastime. It definitely is basketball, honestly.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like that's been a thing the past, I want to say like decade. I feel like back in the day, it used to be baseball. Like everybody made a big deal about like the World Series and what is it called? The All-Star Game and all that stuff. Like they made a big deal about it. But recently, I feel like basketball and even football have kind of overtaken baseball in terms of like the popularity, media coverage.
Yeah, but I think for baseball, I do look forward to the World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah, isn't that only like every few years?
It's like every 4 years. It's like in between. It's like in between the Olympics because baseball is an Olympic sport,
right?
So it's 2 years after the Olympics. So it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But this is going to be. I've seen Team USA is really stacked right now. They're still trying to get players. But like I said, it's just fun to me. Is honestly since I've grown up watching it so much, that's why I can just watch it. It also is a good day waste. It's also a good time wasting your day.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I always like the rivalries between like the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans.
Those are the fun ones.
Yeah.
Those, oh my god, I want to go there because like they were played in Florida. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Well, you've been to one?
I went to one.
Oh,
not like the World Baseball Classic, but it was like a scrimmage game. So it didn't really count. They were like getting practice,
right? And
the fans were there. And man, if I didn't understand Spanish that well, but I understood some words. And whoa, they were not. When I tell you there were some words that I can't repeat.
They were getting hostile.
Oh, it was great hostility.
That's great.
It's a great. I feel like the World Baseball Classic is very important to like the Dominican and Puerto Rican culture, and it's really good. Yeah. It's really funny because we beat them last year, but the last time the World Baseball Classic. But who am I to judge, right?
Hey, it is what it is.
Nah, it was great. Especially, oh my god, I watched that. I didn't go to that one, but I watched it. Watching like because Dominican Republic beat us before in like pool play, and then for elimination game we robbed a home run that kept us in the league. And they were like, "There's a new Captain America, and he's black." And I was like "Real Captain America."
I mean, what is it? Art imitates reality, or is it the other way around?
Yeah.
Reality imitates art. I don't know, but
reality imitate art. That's the same.
But I mean, that happened first, then the MCU getting a black Captain America. But anyway, that's a different podcast. No,
Falcon became Captain America, and then next year he robbed the home run. And
wait, so it
was life imitating art. Life imitates art.
Ah, okay, so then it works out.
Nothing. It was really funny.
Well, anyway,
it was really. Yes.
I can't think of a segue. So
no, it's okay. You got when it comes to this stuff, you just gotta live life without fear. And that's how we get to that segue. There you go, baby.
You just threw one out there.
Anything you gotta. Anytime you do sports, you gotta play with like you gotta know that your body's gonna fall apart, but you gotta play fearless.
Yeah. So speaking of fearless, we're gonna be talking about fears and phobias.
See, or the ones that intrigue me and intrigue Jay.
Yes. Also,
the ones that we have.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. So we can just start with the ones that we experience, just to get that out of the way. Do you have any fears? We'll start with fears. Yes. I know they're kind of different.
No, I have fears. I have 3 that come to mind right now.
3.
Well, I am afraid of heights.
I feel like that's a common one for people to have.
It's a very common fear. I also have a fear of cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
Just ones that fly, not the regular ones.
Oh,
just
so you
ones
mean
that
like
fly.
water bugs?
Yeah.
Like those big ass ones. Although
But technically, cockroaches have wings, so technically it is cockroach.
they do, although I've never seen one fly. I would probably have a heart attack if I saw one fly. But are you talking about the big ass, like thick beetle type ones?
Anything if it kisses, if it has more than 4 legs and it flies, it freaks me out.
Ah,
But for trauma reasons.
why you went through something as a kid?
My brothers threw cockroaches on me when I was a child.
What? Hold on. Excuse me, brother. I'm about to use that the first time. They threw cockroaches at you?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh no, man.
First of all, how they get just cockroaches? Did they put them in like a jar and just put it on top of the fridge?
Sometimes the first one was a mistake because like it was a cockroach and they hit it and it landed on my face, and then I freaked out because I'm a child and there's a bug on my face, so I'm freaking out.
Right, that's natural.
And then at a certain point, whenever we would go out places. If they saw a cockroach, they would put it on me, so it made my fear get worse.
What the hell?
So I have it's a traumatic thing.
First of all, I would never even think if I saw a cockroach and I knew somebody was afraid of them. My first thought wouldn't be like, even if I wanted to tease, for example, if I wanted to tease you, my first thought wouldn't be, let me grab this cockroach. First, I don't want to touch it. I would probably point it out, be like, hey, look what's over there. I wouldn't grab it and throw it at you.
That's normally what they did, but sometimes they would throw it. It was a bit fun. It was a bit wild. I also that's why I had a very big fear of Jason growing up for a while.
Wait, like Jason Voorhees?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait, why?
I didn't see any of the movies, but they locked me in a room and they came out with Jason Masters that glow in the dark. They had like 4 of them.
Oh my gosh.
This shit terrified me.
I am so sorry.
They literally pushed me into a room, they locked the door, and then like one came out the closet. I don't know why he was in the closet. One came out from under the bed. Then they opened the door and he was in the front of the door. I was like, I couldn't do it.
That's hilarious.
They all got they got punished. Like they got the ass beat by my mom after, but like I couldn't anything with Jason in it. Like even if it was a commercial, I turned off the TV because I couldn't do it.
That's crazy. So you said you had a third one.
I think that.
Oh, that was it. That was the third one. Okay.
Oh man.
So okay, the Jason one I kind of understand because
I didn't fear him on the movies though. I had no fear of him in the movies once I watched them.
Was it you watched them after the fact or you saw it beforehand?
I watched it after the fact. It took me a few years. I think when I turned 17, I watched them. I watched Freddy vs. Jason. I was like, this shit is terrible. Like, I liked the movie, but I was like, this dude's not scary at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't... That's actually kind of a good thing that you saw that movie first, because I feel like as you get older, it becomes less scary and stuff like that. But that movie in particular really isn't scary. It's more of like I want to say it's an action movie more so. It
definitely was more of an action movie. I saw Friday the 13th, the second one. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
I can see why people thought that was scary. That one had some moments. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, like back in the day, that would be... So,
the third one, which is it's not really a fear. It just makes my heart skip a beat. Do you know Five Nights at Freddy?
Oh, hell no. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's not in... I want you to know it's only one, and it's only one
it's
thing
only
that
one
gets
of them?
me.
Is it... Okay, one. Wait, is it a specific animatronic?
It's a specific animatronic.
Is it Foxy?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the fucking puppet.
The puppet?
The fucking white mask with the purple, like, tears. It fucking freaks. It gets me every time.
Really?
If I send you a clip, like, I want you to know the one that really got me. When it showed up in the second one, it scared me because it just caught me off guard because I wasn't ready for it. I don't know why. But if you play the third one, look up the puppet scare.
Mm-hmm.
That shit will traumatize you for a bit.
I've seen it because it pops up into you, so it's like it just out of nowhere.
It pops up into you, and then it just stays there. It makes everything like it makes like the high pitched sound. Like,
yeah.
Like,
no, the one that scared me when I first like watched somebody play it was Foxy, because it's in the first one.
Because he runs.
Yeah, because he runs, and you could see him running on the camera. So you just gotta hilarious. You gotta freaking like close the camera and like close the door real quick. And the guy wasn't quick enough, so it just popped up in your face as you seen him running. And I'm like, oh shit.
I laughed at that. Every time I see him running, I'd laugh. Foxy was hilarious to me. Golden Freddy got me on that in the first one.
That's more like creepy because I don't think.
He has no fucking face.
Yeah.
He's just... Yes, it's creepy. It has no eyes, bro. Anything that's eyeless freaks me out.
That whole game is just creepy.
Let's put it the way it is. Anything that has no eyelids and it's just a black empty hole for eyes, it freaks me out.
That also freaks me out. That type of stuff. Going back to Jason and like movies. It's funny you mentioned that because I kind of had a similar experience with Chucky.
Oh, fuck Chucky.
So, and it's a funny story because me and my brother, it was my brother's toy. So we had heard about a scary movie named Chucky. Like, I mean, granted, it's called Child's Play, but we knew the guy was Chucky. So growing up as kids, like I don't know if it was our parents or just like older cousins or whatever, they constantly like taunted us with the idea of a doll that is alive that kills named Chucky. We never saw it. We never knew what it looked like. We just knew there was a doll that kills named Chucky. So there was one I don't know if it was Christmas or a birthday. It was either Christmas or my brother's birthday. And he got a gift. He opened it up and it was Chucky from the Rugrats. But we didn't know. All we saw was Chucky and it's a doll. And we thought that was the one that they kept scaring us with. So as soon as he opened up, we just he threw it, and we both like ran to the other room because we thought that was the killer doll. It was freaking Chucky from the Rugrats.
They did that shit on purpose. They did that to you on purpose.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
But so we were traumatized by that. More my brothers than anything. But
no, I fully understand. Honestly, I feel like everyone goes through a theory where we think the toys are alive and are gonna go kill us.
Cause that's like the dark side of like the Toy Story stuff.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen? Actually, I think have you ever seen the movie called Small Soldiers?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
I feel like that also caused it because they're like toys that come to life, and one of the toys is evil, trying to kill people.
Maybe. You know what? Honestly, I feel like the older movies did more. Like the Child's Play movies did more to make me scared of dolls than the Annabelle movie. Because I feel like with Annabelle, they never really did anything with the doll. They just put it in random places.
It's just creepy. The porcelain doll is creepy. That's it. But like that's what leads to stuff like that. Because you're just like, that shit is weird.
Yeah, no, it is weird, and it didn't help. What happened?
No, if you see anyone that has that shit in their house, you're just like, no.
I was just about to say, my grandmother used to have a whole bunch of porcelain dolls, and I used to hate going in her room because I felt like they're all staring at me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that I had like a huge fear of them, but it just creeped me out. It's just like, what the why? But she had a whole collection. Thank God she got rid of them because they were not it.
No, this is like at a certain point, you're like, oh, I don't want to be in this room. Like, I don't think they're going to come alive at any time, but like at a certain point, like, this shit's creepy.
It really is. It feels like you're being watched.
I want you. Oh, you want to know what's funny? I went on for high school. I went on a trip, like a religious retreat,
Yeah.
with my high school friends. So there was like it was just a shack. It was a religious retreat. It was just we were just alone in a woods. It wasn't really a woods. We were just alone in like a cabin like thing with
Mm-hmm.
no phones. Wasn't and like there were porcelain. They had some porcelain dolls that were religious figures.
Mm.
Couldn't do it. I could not do it, bro.
Yeah, no, that shit, that'll get you.
My
Especially
whole
like the
time,
second you hear like a slight creak.
all the time, especially in that place, you're like, oh, what was that?
Then
It's,
like, we're good.
it's not. I just remember that thing now. It's like fuck. I hated it.
Yeah. So like, but that's the thing. Like, it's one of those childhood fears that you don't. It sounds rational when you're dealing with it, but then after the fact, you're just like, man, because I saw Child's Play afterwards with my brother, and we were both terrified like in the beginning, but then as we watched it, we was like, yo, this is actually kind of funny.
I thought Chucky the Killer was hilarious.
Yeah, no, he was funny. It's just, and then just to see the way they animated the doll, it looked like a little kid.
I'm pretty sure they got a child to do that.
I mean, or maybe they just got a little person. I don't know, but I eventually got over it. But it's just funny that how that stuff happens. Um, yeah. I have. Let me see. So you said you're scared of bugs, right? Just general bugs.
I'm so if I'm by myself, I freak out. If I'm with somebody,
You're alright.
I kind of do my best to kill it, but in my heart, I'm like, please God, don't let that shit fall.
So that's more that I guess that would that be a phobia? I guess that might be a phobia. Like you just
I do my best, I do my best, like just to kill it because I know people want it dead. But in my
mm.
mind, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking hate it.
Your heart was racing in the in the meantime.
It is like legit killing me.
So I'm not necessarily scared of bugs. Like I'm like you. I can take care of them. Like granted, I'll feel a little tingle down my spine, but
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily scared of them. What I am scared of is spiders.
understandable. So
So
arachnophobia.
arachnophobia, yeah. Not like I don't have it to a severe extent because I know people who have it like severe, like they can't even look at an image of a spider,
Yeah.
and like that they'll just go into like freaking meltdown. But I'm like, if I see one, I'm gonna stay away unless I gotta kill it because I have no choice.
And
But
then
I'm mostly talking about like the tarantulas, like the big ones.
oh, understandable.
Those are I cannot. If I ever saw one, thank God I haven't seen one. But if I ever saw one, I don't know what I would do.
You should never go to Australia.
No, I have no intention to go to Australia. And if I
Yeah.
do, then I'm gonna freaking wear like battle armor because those freaking bugs are
Oh,
ginormous over there.
that shit is killer central. They don't that's not built for human. That's life on hard mode. I don't care what nobody
Right,
says.
Australia is hard mode when it comes to the wildlife
That's-
and
No,
bugs.
I saw a video. Someone posted a picture. They're like, "Look at this spider in Australia," and I don't remember the name, but I remember it was half the size of the house. I was like, "Fuck
What? There's
that!"
like freaking 8-legged freaks.
It wasn't even eight. It was 6 legs. It was a spider,
6-legged
and
freaks.
it was as big as the side of the house. And I was like, "Look at this spider in Australia." And I was like, "That's
Nah.
not." He's like, and the comments like the post is like, "This spider was on my house." I was like, "That's not your." And I remember thinking like, "That's not your house anymore, bro.
Yeah, nah.
That,
I would
that
be
belong-
like,
that
get outta
belongs to
here.
the spider. That is his new home. That's where he's going to lay it. That's where she's going to lay her eggs. And I'm moving. But like, there's no look at this thing on my house. I don't have a house anymore.
yeah.
That's what this means.
That's like I'm selling. I'm leaving. Peace. This is your house now. You pay rent.
Anything that's there, you can keep. I am out. This
Right.
is not me. You win. Like,
I'll sign the lease over to you.
Like I'm never coming back. This is all you. All right, have fun. Goodbye.
I'm about to start a new life.
I'm getting like I gotta like damn. On my mind, be like damn. I gotta go get my passport because I'm leaving this fucking country now.
Right? Yeah, you gotta risk it all just so you can be done with it. Nah,
I
that's
do want
OD.
burning. I'm leaving the country. Or that house is getting burnt down. I'll deal with the insurance issue later. I don't give a single fuck. I don't care no more. I don't want it.
So another thing, I'm not afraid. I really don't like the way it makes me feel, and I've come around to the idea of it. I'll just say it. I'm scared of roller coasters.
Oh,
I don't like them.
I used to be afraid of those too.
But it was one of those things where you, like you said, is a childhood traumatic experience.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll just say it because like when I want to say when I was like 6 or 7, we went to, I can't even remember where it was, to be honest. Probably like Universal Studios, one of them. But they had a Jurassic Park ride, and
Okay.
I didn't know it was a roller coaster because they had like a freaking, it was like a walkway that was covered in like trees and stuff like that, so you can't really see the ride. You have to walk to it, and
Yeah.
my uncle and my cousins were telling me, "Oh, it's just you just ride around, you get to see all like the dinosaurs and stuff like that, and that's it."
They
So I
were
was like,
setting you up.
they knew exactly what they were doing. So yeah, I was like, all right. So I go and I'm kind of nervous because I'm just like, okay, what if it isn't this? And I I go on, we go on the line, and like it's a long line, so you can't really see the ride itself or like the seats. So I'm not really thinking anything of it, but as soon as I come into view of the seats, I see the big strap on. That sounded wrong. The big
Excuse me,
the
brother.
thing you put over yourself.
Nah, it's okay. You can. It's alright. I'm not. There's no judging here. Whatever you use in the bedroom is none of my business,
Listen,
bro. Look,
it came out wrong.
hey, yeah, exactly.
the
What do you mean?
the secured vest, whatever it's called, I saw it attached to the seat, and my mind instantly was just like, "This is a fucking roller coaster. Get the fuck out of it. I'm out." But I'm a kid, so I can't go nowhere.
No, you
So
gotta. You
so
stuck
yeah,
there.
so literally, I had to freaking endure it, and ever since then, I've been terrified of it. And it wasn't a big like one of those like loop de loop ones. It was just literally it went up and it went down. That's it. But it was a big ass freaking drop, and I did not like it one bit.
To tell you the truth, I gotta thank my mother for that because I also had a fear of roller coasters for a while. But my mother made me get over it. Honestly,
How?
she
Just
my
forcing you?
no, well, not really. She just didn't let me go. She didn't let me back out
What do you mean?
because we went to so the first roller coaster I ever went on was in Disney World. It was called Mount Everest. It's the Mount
Mm,
Everest roller coaster. It was like the first roller coaster they had. One of the first roller coasters they had when I was alive. So
okay.
literally, like it does a lot of cinematic things. But like
Okay.
I remember we went on. It was a long ride. We waited there for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And the
Mm.
whole time I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Like I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. And then as we got to like the front where we were like about to go, my nerves get the best of me, and I'm like, Mom, like we don't gotta do it. And my mother looks at me, she's like, we don't gotta do what? Nah, I'll wait here 45 minutes. You get on this fucking roller coaster. And I got on that roller coaster. And I'll tell you the truth, that roller coaster, that and the Incredible Hulk roller coaster, which I didn't get to go on, but I heard it. Shit was funny because in the Mount Everest roller coaster, it stops you midway and shows you the silhouette of the Yeti that lives in the coaster,
Right.
destroying the tracks.
Oh hell no.
So then as you get all the way up to the top, you see the tracks have been destroyed. So and then you go backwards.
Oh my god.
Honestly, it's a very long ass roller coaster.
Damn.
And as a kid, I want to go back on it as an adult because I don't think I enjoyed it as much. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I could have. Now that I don't have the fear of it or I don't care about it as much. But
Yeah.
at the time, like I don't know, my eyes were closed through most of it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
But
even dare.
the Incredible Hulk roller coaster was also really fun because it literally, as you're going up, like the little thing they do, like to stall it out, they're like, "Oh, we're going up. We're getting ready for the drop." In the middle of that, there's like, "All right, welcome to the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. You're gonna be this," and then all you hear is and they're like, "What's going on? I don't know. There's something going on." And you hear him yell in the background. They're like, "Oh shit!" And then the sound cuts out, and then the roller coaster shoots up and down.
Oh,
And I'm
hell
like, "Oh."
no.
I was, I was like, "That's gonna get a lot of people." And I was like, I wasn't on it. I heard it. I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, I didn't get on that one. Damn, that would have got me.
Yeah, no. That would have been just as bad for me as a kid. But like, and it's funny because like I just started getting not used to, but I started opening up to the idea of getting on a roller coaster because like I want to be over it because I don't like. Because every time I go to an amusement park, I feel like I'm the only one who sits out, and
No, it's
I
okay. There's some roller coasters. No one, as a friend, I will. If we go to a music park together, I will never judge you for not wanting to go on a roller. It is
well,
always your choice.
so yeah, I went so I went to you ever been to Dorney Park?
Yes.
So I went there recently, and I mean, I got on like the water rides, which is, I mean, they're not roller coasters, but they like give the same thrill, you know. And I'm fine with those, but like there was one, I forgot the name of it, but there was like a big roller coaster that like I didn't want to get on, and everybody else went on, and I was thinking about getting on. Like I was gonna be like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm gonna just power through it, get over my fear, and the freaking ride breaks down.
Oh
Like
no.
while they were on it,
Oh
they were
no.
stuck in the middle of the thing, and I was like, nope, never mind.
Yep. Honestly, that would also get me kind of fucked up as well.
And I have this. I don't want to say it's an ongoing bet. It's kind of like a open ended bet, cause so my fiance, she's terrified of haunted houses.
Okay. Okay.
So I have an open bet, or not a bet, but like an open offer that if she were to go to a haunted house with me, because I've always wanted to go. I've never been
Yeah.
to one because I feel like every time I try, it's always like full or something just comes up or whatever. So I want to go in one, but she doesn't want to. So I offer her, if she goes to a haunted house with me, I'll get on a roller coaster with her. Specifically, I think it's the Guardians of the Galaxy one,
Oh, I
the
don't
one
think I
that
know about that
drops.
one. Oh.
I mean, that's not a roller coaster, but it's like it's the one that like it goes up and then it just breaks and then it falls.
Oh. I hate those rides. They always make me want to throw up.
Yeah.
I hate those. Honestly, I can't do those and the ones like where you're standing up and they kind of just spin you.
Oh yeah,
Then
no,
you
hell
like
no.
turn you
I
upside
I
down.
I actually tried getting on one of those and I threw up afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I don't. I'm just not. I like those rides. The idea of them, but like me personally, I just feel like throwing up when I'm on.
Right.
Just when I get off of them.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, I mean, haunted houses are fun. As someone who's got to go in a haunted house, and someone who's worked in a haunted house,
You've
they're
worked in
fun.
one?
Yeah, I did. I made one. I did one for my mom. It was
Oh,
me and two other friends. We were like little monsters for like little kids.
that
We
sounds
kind
like
of
fun.
we kind of went too far. Honestly, some of the parents were not happy with us.
See, that's always the line you have to be aware of. Don't they have like a thing you sign in the beginning where if you
Yeah,
want them to interact with you or not?
yeah, they do. But like this one, it wasn't. You understand? Like we didn't really do anything. Like my mother was like, they came down to the basement, and we were like just dead bodies in the hallway. Like we were just laying down, or we were like up against the wall with our arms
Right.
up. So they would go see the witch of the basement, which was my mother, and my mother would get upset with the kids just because they were there, and she'd be like, "Go get them, my monsters," and then we would come up to the door, and it'd be
Oh,
us. But some of the kids got afraid,
I mean,
because
what did they expect? Like that's the point, no?
yeah, but some of the kids got afraid because they're like they're tiny. They're like 4'11" and 5 feet, and when I'm 6 feet. My friend is 6'4".
It's like, oh, he's an actual monster.
Yeah, to them we're towering heights, so we honestly look like monsters to them.
Yeah, I guess. Still, I feel that's always my thing though. I never understood. I mean, I don't want to say I don't understand because I do to an extent, but for me personally, I'm going into it knowing that it's not real. So in my mind, I can already like differentiate what's real and what's not. So the fact that I know it's fake, it makes me not be scared of it, but I can also enjoy it that much better. You know what I mean?
What?
It's kind of like a video game.
Yeah.
So it's like
some video games. So some horror video games get me fuck me up, honestly.
yeah. I mean, granted, it is still scare me because I have a thing with being chased in a video game.
Being chased. Fuck that. Any horror game where I have no ability to do anything except run, I hate.
Oh well, yeah, that's a different thing.
I hate Outlast.
Outlast. I'm surprised I made it through that game.
I have not. I fucking hate it so much. It gets me all the fucking time.
That was the first time that I can remember that I audibly screamed at the top of my lungs. Because I feel like I'm more subdued when it comes... Like, I'll get scared. I'll be like, oh, shit. But in Outlast, there's a part where, like, everything's quiet. You see, like, the where you gotta go. It's very clear as day. There's a light shining on it. So it's like you're in the clear. And then that freaking big guy comes out of nowhere and just starts chasing you. And I literally just went... Like, I just screamed. And I couldn't control it.
I think I think the first horror game that ever really got me, if I can see, I think it was Dead Space.
Really? So
it was one of the cutscenes.
Is it the eye one? That was a Dead Space 2.
I don't think it was the eye one. I think it's the one where I got cut in half by the train.
Oh, I played a little bit of it. I can see why it was scary. I guess playing it now, it doesn't seem as scary.
It was just a shock factor, dude. I can play it now and not care. Like I made a joke about it. One of my friends before I met you and before I started doing like Twitch streaming and stuff.
Yeah,
my friend would record me playing video games with her on her phone. So we played Dead Space together. We played Left 4 Dead, and she would just record me being ridiculous most of the time. I think one of the times I ran out of bullets in Dead Space, so I just started using my fist, and I just called it the Fist of Justice. And, like, if I say it to her right now, she'll just die laughing. And I think there's one time I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 with her, or Left 4 Dead 1. I got tired of the game, so I decided to stay on a bus, and I called myself King of the Bus. And all the AI stayed with me, and she died. Like, they downed her. And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, the king doesn't move from his bus.
From his throne.
I was like, I am the king of the bus. Why would I leave my kingdom? And she's like, I fucking hate you. Like, it wasn't on YouTube. She has it like this is when Tumblr was very popular. It's on her first Tumblr page. It's all the videos, and she has a hashtag game time with Tay. It's fucking hilarious.
That's hilarious. Nah, that's so like I feel like Left 4 Dead is not that scary. That's more like exhilarating, like it's adrenaline rush because you're getting, like you said, like I said, like chased, but in a different way. But when I say like chase, I'm talking about like Resident Evil 2 chased by the what's his name, Mr. I forgot his name.
Mr.
No,
X?
not Nemesis.
Mr. X.
Is it Mr. X?
Is that left? You're talking about Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, Mr. X. Mr. X.
So
you want to know why I know that?
Why?
Because there's a mod that when he shows up, they play DMX songs.
It's gonna give it to you. It's gonna give it to you.
That's literally what it plays. and like you'll know he's coming because it's a slow build up. So it goes, you're like, what the? And then you turn around, let's go, give it to us. Like, oh no.
No, you hear the barking. Ow, ow, ow.
You're fucking running from it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no. So like, I still haven't beat that game because of it. Like, I can, if I work my way through, I could do it. But it's just like the only time I have to play is at night, and I'm not trying to play Resident Evil at night. So,
I'm trying to sleep
by myself.
I'm trying to sleep. I do not want these problems.
Although I did make it through Resident Evil 7. And that kind of has like a chasing aspect to it.
Resident Evil 7 wasn't. Resident Evil wasn't it? Resident Evil 7 wasn't it? That's Biohazard. That was also
Resident Evil, yeah.
Resident Evil 6 doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about that one. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. It's fears, but more like psychological fears.
Okay, I thought we were going to do fears that trigger us, but let's go psychological fears. I'm all for it. Let's get it.
So I have a fear. I guess you could also say this is kind of irrational, but I have a fear of my kids. I mean, this is such a drastic change in tone, but I have a fear of my kids like not loving me.
That's nothing irrational about that. I'm gonna quote to you what my friend told me. My friend Alexis told me. I don't know if she's ever gonna hear this. Okay, because I was talking about this. She's like, I don't think there's any. It's like I don't think there's. She goes like, I don't think any fear is irrational. There's always a rational point to a phobia or a fear for a reason. Do you have a fear?
No, there's some that are kind of like. So I don't know if you've heard this. You know The Undertaker, right?
Yes.
You know he's afraid.
Are you talking about? What is he afraid of? Because I was like, I can think of a fear that involves the Undertaker.
Well, no. So I mean, side note. My brother was terrified of the Undertaker because he just didn't like when he put his eyes back and he stuck out the tongue. He didn't like that. But anyway, so no, the Undertaker himself, the character, or the guy,
guy who played the character,
yeah. Mark Calloway,
yes.
He actually is afraid of cucumbers.
Oh.
Yeah, like
I'm sure. That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's one of those like that's irrational to me.
It's irrational to you. I don't think.
I'm
sure there's a reason why he's afraid.
I guess there is a reason why, but it just seems on face value, it seems very odd.
Well, I was gonna say that because remember every time the Undertaker comes out, the bell rings
right.
There are people that are afraid of church bells.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's the sound of the church bell ringing. They're afraid of.
So okay, when I think of irrational fears, I think of something that on, like I said, face value, it seems like a weird thing to be scared of. Granted, I know everything has like a reason, like it could be childhood trauma or anything like that, but that's what I'm talking about. Like ordinary things that you wouldn't normally consider to be scary or fearful, being scared of that.
All right, so go back to your point about your fear of your kids not loving you. I don't think that's irrational, because I think I think a lot of people's fear that. Like we're afraid that either we have kids or pets or if our friends or our parents don't love us. Even though there's no reason to ever think it. It's just the way that we are. They're like maybe they're just lying and they're just here because they're just here.
So for me, in my case, so for those of you that don't know, like I have an arrangement with my kids' mom where we have like joint custody, and every summer they'll go over there with her, but I keep them full time. But before it wasn't like that. Before they went to school, it was every 3 months. So 3 months with me, 3 months with her, and back and forth. So in that time, I felt worried that they would come back and not want to be with me. You know what I mean? Granted, they're kids. They really don't understand the whole concept of everything that's going on. But I was always worried that they would come back and be like, oh, I want to go with mommy. I like it with mommy better and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff.
I was like, is it that fear, or was it that did you think that maybe she was going to do something?
No.
Personally, I was like, because first I know like some things, like some moms and some dads are very spiteful to their other.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard horror stories of divorced parents who they go through freaking hell and back against each other, trying to smear each other, drag them through the mud. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, was that part of the thing? Like, did you think like the kid's mom would like try to do something like that?
No.
With the kids?
So thankfully, I'm one of the very lucky few that have a good co-parenting relationship. So we're on the same page on almost everything. So at least when it comes to our kids. Okay. So that I don't have to worry about that. Actually, a funny story. It's not really funny. It's more annoying. But when we were filing for divorce and getting everything finalized, we divvied up everything, but we did it ourselves. We went to a divorce lawyer, both of us, and we split everything, what we wanted, what we were going to keep, the custody, everything. And we both agreed on it. So she lives in Ohio. I live in New York. So I wasn't there for every step of the way. So I only went to the ones that I needed to be at, which was just to sign the papers and make sure everything was correct. Yeah. Then she went with the lawyer to the judge to get it like approved. And the judge was trying to trying to persuade her to get more out of me. If that makes sense.
Judge's job.
Well, but I'm saying like so we agreed on everything. Everything was already agreed upon, but she was trying.
My anger is now with the judge. Like the mom's fine. I'm more mad at the judge because like that's not your job.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like that judge in particular was trying to freaking ruin my life, pretty much, because they had a preconceived notion about me being a deadbeat dad or whatever. It was very frustrating, and the fact that I wasn't even there to like defend myself. Like I had to hear about it. Thankfully, their mother told me about it, which is how I even knew about it to begin with. And she was even upset. She was like, "Yo, we already agreed to this. Like, why are we even going through this whole nonsense?" She had to go back multiple times to get it finalized because this judge would just not let us agree to what we already talked about.
So unnecessary.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a side tangent, but yeah, no, my fear wasn't about the mother being like petty or spiteful or anything like that. It was mostly just the fact, or just the idea that my kids would want to be with her as opposed to me, which is, I mean, that's perfectly fine if they chose that, but it was just, I don't know, it's just a fear of mine.
Understandable. Like it's not. I understand the fear. Some people might think it's irrational because they're like, "Oh, your kids are gonna love you." No, but I fully understand the idea. Like, especially if you have them for 3 months and then they have them for 3 months, your mind's gonna be like, "Damn, what if they just like being over there more and they're just gonna tell me one day?"
Yeah, no, it's.
I fully understand you. Don't get me wrong. I fully got it.
Yeah, it was hard in the beginning because just saying goodbye and not knowing if they're gonna come back, wanting to be there.
I mean, look, it worked out.
Yeah, it did in the long run.
Yeah.
Do you have any like fears like that though?
Dude, every day I wake up, I think everybody hates me, so I can't help you. I want you to know that right now. Every day I wake up, I swear, I think all my friends and everyone that talks to me hates me secretly.
Why?
I can't tell you what happened. It's just, it's in my head. It's been like that forever. It hasn't been like that. It's been like that since I got to college. There's reasons why. I'm not going to say why on this because I'd rather not discuss it
right
today. But every day I wake up with that idea. There have been times I wake up where I think my roommate hates me. She's done nothing, and she's very quiet. I love her to death. We've been friends for about a long time now, actually.
You're thinking about it, it's like, oh damn, it's actually pretty long.
No, because we graduated 2012. It's 10 years now. We known each other, so 14 years. Like I said, disgusting. But no, it's like she has her days where her as a personality, she's just very quiet. Like she comes in, she does what she needs to do. Like she'll help me out. She'll help me clean up. We'll clean up together. We'll cook together sometimes.
Yeah.
But other than that, like she'll come in the living room. She'll just be quiet. She'll just be to herself on the phone or just quietly to herself. And my brain goes like damn, she hates me for no reason. She's done nothing, and I've done nothing. But my brain would just be like, nah, she hates me.
Damn.
There's nothing you can do. I can't help. I personally can't help you with that until I figure that out. My irrationality about that is far out the window.
Perhaps. But anyway, let's round this out with phobias that we're interested in or that intrigue us. So,
okay.
have you heard of trypophobia?
Is that the fear of holes?
Yes. So like,
damn, I'm good at this shit.
Yeah. Well, that's a common one that always pops up when people talk about phobias and stuff. So I remember when I first heard about this, I didn't think that it was something that was, I don't want to say it wasn't real, but it was just like, how could somebody be afraid of holes? But it's like, when you look it up on like creepy. Google Images, it's creepy, but I don't think it's the fear of holes. I think it's just the fear of holes in places that should not have holes.
Understandable.
So
when I see it, especially when I look it up too, because I curious about it when I was younger. Looking at it, I'm like, yo, this shit is. My brain's like, yo, this shit is nasty.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say I'm scared of it, but I'm just like, oh man, this is.
I'm like, damn. Like, as part of me, it's like, damn, what did you do to get that?
Right.
But I'm curious. It's disgusting, but now I'm curious. I want to know, there's two. Go, I'm sorry.
No, so a lot of it, like, yeah, like if I'm looking at images now, and a lot of it is not, it's holes, but it's also stuff in the holes.
Oh, like tapeworms?
Yeah, at least that's what it looks like. Just things.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need to look it up.
But I've always been curious about like how did this become a thing? Like what? How does this?
At a certain point, certain things just cause you that. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's certain things that I see is when I look up phobias, and they're just like fear of this, and my brain goes, "How did we get there?"
Right.
I want to know. Like, trypophobia is definitely one. I'm like, I'm guessing it started out as like it was really creepy, and then like they just kept going down the rabbit hole. No pun intended. And then it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, just people, they just started feeding on it. It's like, oh, you scared of this?
I bet. Here you go.
Exactly.
Like, now that definitely sounds like something. As if you have like asshole friends.
Yeah.
They would definitely do that. They'd be like, "Oh, look at this," and knowing that you have that fear, you'd be like, "Ah!" So they can get you that reaction.
See, like when I look at this, like it's one of those things that just makes me tingle.
Yeah, since it's chilled on your spine.
Yeah,
I got it because I can imagine it.
So
it's the same way I feel. Like it's the same thing I feel when I see people with a lot of piercings on their face.
I'm like, oh. Yeah, that's another one.
It's not like I'm disgusted by it. My brain goes like, "Damn, that shit had to hurt."
Right, exactly. I'm the same way. I'm just like, yo, like that's a lot.
Like, damn, that's a lot of metal in your face, bro.
Right.
Like, are you good, bro? If it's a girl or a guy, it's still bro. Like, that's a lot of metal in your face, bro.
Yeah.
I have three fears. I always wonder how people get there.
What's that?
One is the fear of horses. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like equestriophobia. Because the reason I'm curious about it is because there's an NFL player who he came back to play in the NFL after he had stage 3 leukemia.
Right.
So he beat the leukemia in like 7 months, and then was playing football in 3 months later. And I was like, yo, this dude.
Damn.
But then they have him mic'd up, and he's like, yeah, that, and then the team he plays for is called the Chiefs. So it's like Native American theme, and the mascot has a horse. So every time he's home and the mascot comes out on his horse, he hides behind the benches because he's afraid of the horse.
Oh my goodness!
So
I would feel bad for him. Like that's a hard phobia to deal with,
especially in like, the stadium that you're in. Like on my brain, I'm like, damn. Like when I first heard of that was the first time I heard of phobias like that, and I was like, what? So then I got curious, and I was like, yo, I always still want to know, like, what about that? And then the second one is fear of air. Fear of air, and I have no idea what
fear of air.
Yeah.
That, I've never heard of that one before.
It's a phobia it's pretty much the fear of air, and I have so many questions.
Yeah, no, that's I don't even know how that's possible. You just afraid every single waking moment of your life.
I guess my brain's like, is it? So I don't know if it's like a fear of like just clouds or tornadoes or like just
like
giant gusts of wind.
Yeah, maybe
that. But in my brain, I'm like, damn, you can't, like, you have to stay somewhere close. Like you have to stay in a tropical area. Then
you have to be like what's that?
You can't,
Bubble Boy.
Yeah, not even that. Like if you had like. You have to stay in like Florida until like the hurricane season comes, and then you're out. Because I'm thinking it's like the fear of wind and tornadoes, like the fear of like strong gusts of wind. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
So the Midwest is out for you because that's tornado city. That's tornado central.
Yeah,
that's too much. That's too much for me to deal with.
Too much air.
And then you might freak out during the winter, especially in New York. And like of the upper and eastern in Seattle, anything northern when it's like hard winters, like snow and like hard wind, that has to kill you.
Yeah,
not kill you, but like it has to freak you out.
Well, yeah, because if you're afraid of it, that's gonna freaking debilitate you.
And then like all the southern states have like hurricane season, and that's just not fun.
No, not even for regular. Well, I don't want to say regular, but not even people without that fear. It's not fun. Can't imagine if you're afraid of it.
So like my brain's like, where the fuck do you do? Like, do you just keep traveling from state to state?
You just stay in a fetal position constantly.
When it's spring and hurricane season, you come back to New York. Like you come back up. Like I'm thinking just eastern states. So like you live in Florida and then you come back to New York for like 3 months till the hurricane season's over. And then you go back down to Florida because fuck the winter here. Like these are all the things I think of. This is the last time I think of when like the fear of wind and the fear of air always gets me. I'm like, what is this?
Have you heard of the fear of long words?
Yes.
And the actual word itself is
the word is the longest word in the world.
Yes.
Fuck that. It's hippo.
Hippo. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce this, but
hippopotamostrosity, something like that. It's so many letters.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up a thing, but I can't find it.
Just put it in.
I
have
look
it right
up.
here. I have it.
Hippopotamonstrosquipitelodobia. I don't know.
Yeah, that's close. That was good enough. I'm not gonna hold you. That was good enough. That was really good.
But why? What asshole decided that was the name of the fear for long words? That's the same thing with lisp.
Oh, is it the same list?
The lisp.
To say the word. Yeah, you have to spit out. Like it sounds like you're spitting out a letter. I fucking hate.
Like, they are horrible.
Assholes.
They are really
assholes. I'm not gonna hold you. Some people are just assholes.
Like they were making this. These were the freaking jocks of the science world that discovered all this shit. Just making fun of people with these conditions.
I'm putting in the phobia that's called the fear of air. Sorry, so like when you edit this for YouTube, you could like put it in the thing so people can look at it.
The fear of air.
It's like
anemophobia.
Yeah, anemophobia.
That is strange. Apologies to anybody who suffers from it. I sincerely feel bad for you, but
I don't like I said. People, I think it to me personally, I think it's just the fear of strong winds. That's what
It
it seems like.
probably is, yeah.
Like to be afraid of oxygen is a life I can't live.
Yeah, no.
There's also aerophobia, which eroticophobia, which is the fear of
Erotical.
sex.
Really?
Yeah, there's a fear of sex.
I mean,
There's
I
another
guess
one.
that one is a little bit more understandable just because people can have bad experiences, and it's probably more has to do with not wanting to perform badly, so you just kind of like get worked up about it, and it's so bad that you just don't like it or you're afraid of it.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm not going to hold anyone accountable to their things. Well, I am. You fuck up, we'll hold you accountable for sure. Your fear is your fear. I understand.
Right.
If it's truly a fear, my other favorite one is the fear of love, philophobia.
Fear of love.
Philophobia. That's the fear of love.
Philophobia.
That's the fear of love, and then it's the fear of phobias.
I saw one. I saw one on TikTok where there's a lady who had a fear of hugging,
I agree.
and it was there were, no, but it was heartwarming, but it was also like I felt so bad for that lady because it was a daughter who wanted a hug from her mom, and the mom had to like freaking build up to it and like was like hesitant. It was so eventually she did it, but you could tell she was like struggling.
The fear of human touch. The fear of being touched. Oh my god. The fear of human touch can be overpowering.
So like the average New Yorker.
Well, yes. Once you
like, don't touch me.
It's an often lot of that. Like, dude, why are you so close?
Right.
No one in New York is claustrophobic. We're just claustro angry.
Yeah, it's like we don't care as long as you're not doing shit to piss us off.
You're not like you haven't done anything. Touch me. We're just uncomfortable. We're just uncomfortable in the train. But if I swear you move your shoulder, I'm gonna hit you, homie. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been many times I'm on the train and it's like I got physically angry because like I was on a train. I was the only one in an empty car, and then some person came in on the next stop, and he sat right across from me, and I was like, "Yo, bro,
nah, that's
all these fucking." I was like, out of all the space in these,
that's
fucking
disrespectful.
Cars.
That either he had freaking alternative motives,
and I was like, I remember, and I was listening to music, and I was like, I was just staring at the thing. And like he didn't look back at me. He kept looking down or like looking around, and I was like, and my mind was like, out of all the fucking places you could have been, I was like standing next to me on the urinal with all the urinal. I'm like, yo, they're so like, come on, bro. I'm looking out the window, like enjoying my time, and you want to sit across from me with all the space? Go to the corner.
Yeah, no, I would be upset as well. That's like one of those unspoken rules.
You broke the New York Code of Conduct. And
the New York Code of Conduct.
As is. Like, we have a code of conduct in New York. Do not walk slower than 3 miles per hour because I will hurt you.
And don't freaking walk, like if you're in a group, don't walk lengthwise. Walk behind each other. So, because I've had that happen before where a freaking group of people all walk side by side. It's like, do you not realize that you're blocking the entire street or sidewalk?
So you can do that in your own neighborhood or your own little quiet place. Do not do that shit in Manhattan. We have to, like,
exactly.
I'm already mad at the tourists over here taking pictures. Why are you doing this to me? Oh my god!
You gotta end it with a rant.
Oh, fuck them. I hate people. I don't have a fear of people. I have a hatred of people. It's not a phobia. There's not a phobia for that, but fuck it. I hate them.
What's a word for like hate? Because like phobia is like fear of something. They should have a word for like hatred of something.
When I find, I'll look it up and let you know next episode.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll end it on this note. Tell them where you can reach us, Tay.
Oh my god, there's a fear of sleep.
Oh my god. Okay, we need to we need to wrap this up. We're just gonna find the most ridiculous things.
Ridiculous. I can understand. Just the idea of being afraid of sleep is wild to me.
You just don't sleep.
Oh my god. It's like it must be a fear of dreams, like what your mind does
Just
to you.
constant nightmares. Oh man, that sounds horrible. Actually,
you need to go to a doctor. All right, if you want, if you want to reach out to us, please hit us up at. If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at excusemebrotherpodcast@gmail.com. I should probably go check that because it's been a while since I've been on that email address. I don't know, Brother Jay's checking it. I haven't asked him in a while. If anything, you can follow us on the Excuse Me Brother podcast, podcast app or Spotify. The podcast app for Apple people. I think there's a podcast app for Samsung phones. Not so sure. Don't look into it. Amazon. We're on Amazon Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Follow, subscribe there. You can DM us. You can DM me at excuse_me_brother with an A into the A, not an ER. I do check those DMs all the time because why not? Please follow us there. If you have anything you want to add comments, just hit us up with the email song. Please like and subscribe and follow. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Excuse Me Brother Podcast. I think that's the name of the channel. Hold on, let me look it up. I want to double check.
you gotta double check.
Look, man. Sometimes I
think it's Excuse Me Brother Podcast.
It's Excuse Me Brother Podcast, I think. But I want to make sure that it's because it's on that. Everything's tagged that way, but
Yeah.
Technically, you wanna know what's funny? I've made like several YouTube channels for so many things, but I think the podcast is the one that's been my most one that's got the most subscribers and the views.
Hey.
Yeah, it's the Excuse Me Brother channel. Excuse Me Brother podcast channel. So like and subscribe there. Leave us comments. I do go through those. Say what's up. Like I said, we're always looking at something new.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Good morning, good night, good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to it. Remember that we love you. Take care of yourself. Actually, I don't love you at all. I don't know why I lied to you like that. I hate you.
I was just gonna say, in the words of Brother J, peace, love, and Soul Train.
Nah, violence. Static Shock.
No, peace. Peace and love. Not fear of peace and love. Peace and love.
Phobia! That's gonna be a game. I'm gonna make that a video game. Try your best not to fall in love, or you will die.